How do we discover and dissolve money blocks? That is the million-dollar question, and I have a whole online program which is essentially around this very topic. So today what I want to do is I just want to chunk down the core elements that are involved and just show you basically how it works and what we really need to tackle in order to do this. Hi, I'm Alexis, and I make videos on my channel all around money for people who want to get ahead and live a deeply fulfilling life. So if that is you, make sure you hit the red subscribe button. So just to recap, a money block is a thought or a feeling that stops you from taking the actions that you need to take in order to make the money that you want, save, invest, and even spend. And they're also the thoughts and feelings that block you from even perceiving the opportunities that exist around you for those things. So not just taking the actions, but even seeing what actions you could take in order to get those places. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. To begin with, let's look at the wealth-worthy wheel. So wealth-worthy is having the thoughts, feelings, and actions to create the wealth that you desire, and that is going to be personal for everybody. So as you can see on the wealth-worthy wheel, we have thoughts, feelings, and actions, and these all influence and drive each other to create the reality that you have created around you today in your life. So it's these things we need to look at when we're going to look for where your money blocks are and how you can get rid of them, how you can dissolve them. So the first step is awareness. Awareness around your thoughts, feelings, and actions around money. So getting really clear on what are the thoughts that you have. Do you notice yourself saying, I'll never be rich, I'll never get where I want to get, I'll never make the money that I want, I can't save, I'm stupid, I'll never be able to invest. So looking at just all those thoughts that go running, and a lot of them are going to be unconscious. I really bet that a lot of them you're not even going to know that you're thinking until you go through this process of trying to gain awareness around the exact phrases that you say about money. You also want to get awareness around your feelings. What are you actually feeling in your body when you receive money, when you think about what your income is, when you look at your savings account, when you're spending, when you go to the supermarket and you're spending money? What are the feelings that you're having? That's going to be really important. And also your actions. So getting awareness around what patterns you have, what behaviors you have, what do you regularly spend money on, what do you find it hard to spend money on, how easy do you find it to make income, all of those kinds of things. So number one, awareness around your thoughts, feelings, and actions in relation to money. And that is going to show you where your money blocks are. That is how you're going to identify what your money blocks are. Now, the second step is to change your thoughts. This is the mindset piece. You have to change your thoughts around money that are driving your feelings and actions. So now you've realized what your limiting thoughts are around money, the thoughts that are holding you back. You need to create new ones. You need to start thinking new ones that are unlimited, that are abundant, that are in alignment with where you want to go. So for example, if you kept thinking, I'm never going to get ahead with money, or I'm never going to get out of debt, then you need to replace that with thoughts of, I am getting out of debt. I'm getting out of debt step by step. Even if it's slow, I'm getting out of debt step by step. You know, that's just a really simple example. You need to change it with thoughts that are unlimited, that are abundant, that are in alignment with where you want to get to with money. I can make my own money through my coaching services. I can make money through my coaching services. Right? If you keep thinking, I'll never make money doing my own thing. Things like that. You need to change your thoughts. This is the mindset piece. The third thing that you need to do is resolve your stress or survival emotions around money, because this is going to really be dictating your thoughts and actions as well. So lots of people have these stress and survival emotions. It's really strongly linked to money. So emotions such as scarcity, there's not enough, anxiety, overwhelm, guilt, shame, fear, all of these things. And for a lot of people, this is really unconscious. They're so used to feeling it that they don't even know that they're feeling it, right? So you really have to resolve these emotions, because when you go into stress, you go into these stress emotions, your brain actually becomes less coherent, circulation stops going to your prefrontal cortex, which is your creative and logic thinking brain. You have more blood going to your reptilian brain, fight, flight, freeze, and the areas of your brain actually fragment so that you're less coherent and you're less able to come up with creative solutions and think really logically and rationally. So we really do want to address these stress and survival emotions. They keep so much energy stuck. They absolutely change your perception of what's going on around you. If you think about how you're viewing your money situation when you're in total fear, overwhelm, anxiety, stress, it's completely different to when you're feeling like everything's in control, everything's gonna work out, I've got a handle on it, I'm gonna get it sorted. Totally different perceptions that are going to result in totally different actions. So absolutely foundational that you must resolve those stress and survival emotions around money. And then following on from that, the fourth thing that you need to do is to practice elevated emotions. So elevated emotions like love, gratitude, appreciation, all of those emotions actually increase coherence in your brain, and they put you in just this better and different state of being and state of mind in order to create more abundance. It's a totally different state of being to drive your actions and thoughts to create more abundance, to have ideas of how to increase your income, to feel capable of that, to actually take the actions to do that because you feel capable of that. And same with your savings, with any aspect of money, practicing those elevated emotions is really going to help you create shifts in your perception and also the actions that you take. So really important, practice elevated emotions. Can you guess what the next thing is? Yes, you got it. It's the next thing on the wheel, and that is to change your actions. So you need to change your habits and behaviors around money. It's not enough just to simply think differently or feel differently. You need to set up systems and ways of managing your money that are actually in alignment with where you want to get to. You have to do the action piece. So this can be setting up really positive systems. So for the people that do my programs, they get on using my system, the Abundance Planner and Tracker, and that is just a really amazing way to plan and track all of your money in alignment with what your values and priorities are in your life right now. So having systems that you can use, having positive habits in terms of saving, or habits in terms of paying down your debt, or habits in terms of how you go about creating income, all of those things are going to then drive your thoughts and feelings as well. So if you create a plan for your money that's really based on your values and your goals, and you actually stick to that, then that's going to start to drive your thoughts in terms of, I can do this, I am capable, I can get to the next step, which then drives your feelings of feeling capable, of feeling grateful, of feeling empowered. And then you follow it, you keep following it, or you take the next step in terms of actions, and it just keeps going like that. So it's really important, obviously, to actually change your habits and behaviors and your actions, having these clear systems in order to actually change your financial situation as well. And then the final thing that I just wanted to add in was to constantly challenge what you think is possible. So whenever you find yourself trying to move to the next level in some area of money, so it could be in terms of income, savings, investments, all of that kind of stuff. Whenever you find yourself trying to move to the next level, but you're feeling blocked or stuck, or you've made this certain goal, I want you to just challenge yourself and say, what else is possible? Is more than this possible? Am I limiting my thinking based on old beliefs and old thoughts around money? So just challenge yourself and see what comes out of it. Honestly, if you can do all of these things, if you can really address all of these areas of the wealth-worthy wheel, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, your world is going to change. I cannot tell you the amazing changes that I've had with my students in my online program, The Wealth-Worthy Journey, where we dive deep into each of these areas to create absolute change. Pretty much everybody says to me that they didn't know from where it was that they started, it was possible to get to where it was that they finished, or it's a never-ending journey. You're going to keep doing this stuff. It doesn't just go in 6 weeks time. But so many people have said to me, I didn't know that I could get here, or I could get here so fast, or that, you know, this is what it would be like over here, because I didn't see how it was possible at the beginning. And that's really what happens when you address those root thoughts and feelings. It changes your perception of what's possible, and then it completely changes your actions and what you create in life. It is just so powerful. So to summarize all of that, the first thing that you need is awareness. Awareness of each of these things, your thoughts, feelings, and actions in relation to money, particularly your awareness of your limiting thoughts, feelings, or actions. You might have plenty of thoughts, feelings, or actions that are actually really positive and help you progress and move ahead. The second thing is to change your thoughts. That's the mindset piece. Then you want to resolve and dissolve those stress and survival emotions that really keep you stuck. And then you want to practice elevated emotions. Once you've done that, you want to change your actual habits and behaviors around money. So this is the action piece, changing your actions. And finally, I just invite you to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself when you are setting your financial goals. Is this all that's possible? Is there more that's possible? Am I limiting myself based on old thoughts, ideas, or feelings around money? Maybe yes and maybe no, but just challenge yourself to think bigger, to think differently. Now, if you want to dive even further into this money stuff and start to discover, well, what are my thoughts and feelings? Where do I want to go? Like, what are my habits? Then I have a free video training that you can check out. It's called Figure Out Your Finances and Multiply Your Bank Balance as a Creative Entrepreneur. So I will put a link to that in the description of this video. Just go ahead, click that. It's totally free. There's 3 videos and each of them actually have a worksheet. So it's just going to help you start to dig a little deeper and uncover what some of those things are for you, and potentially start to make really significant change in your life. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone that you think might be interested, and if you want to keep getting this content from me, make sure you click the subscribe button and get notified when I release new videos. I'll see you next time.